Hello everybody. In this video, we'll try to understand some more interesting things about Anuradha energy. See, Anuradha is so concerned with learning and accumulation of knowledge also. As we see what we discussed in our previous video, Anuradha is nothing but friendship. It's an cooperation, cordiality. Anuradha's main symbolism is staff, that is nothing but power and protection. And Anuradha's another symbolism is lotus, which indicates the purity, auspiciousness, knowledge, and enlightenment. And also, if you observe a lotus, surroundings of lotus is pure, it's full of dirt. So Anuradha, but lotus is very pure, even though it is living in that dirt. So even though Anuradha people have a lot of problems in their life, but they are a bit pure, they are enlightened, they are very, very happy, right? So, and Anuradha's another important quality is learning, accumulation of knowledge. That's why Saraswati, when you talk about Anuradha, you also talk about Saraswati also, right? So Saraswati is the goddess of learning, is very much strongly connected to Anuradha, and this is the only way one can easily see the musical abilities of this nakshatra, because Saraswati is associated with this nakshatra. See, Saraswati always sits on a lotus. That's the main symbol of Anuradha. And Veena also, she always carries a Veena, that's a stringed instrument. So Anuradha people can be good in music as well. And the keyword, if you talk about Anuradha, they are very much into learning, exploration, right? Knowledge accumulation, right? So the kind of learning, you may say Anuradha people are learning a lot, they learn a lot, but the kind of learning they do, that is a very, very joyful process. They follow a joyful approach, a very joyful communal combination of people and energies. That's what they believe in learning. The learning, some people take learning as you might have find other nakshatras taking this learning as a kind of hectic process, or they may want to learn it for marks and for grades or for getting a job or something like that. But for Anuradha, it's a joyful process. And Anuradha brings to life the hidden secrets of nature's functioning through establishing a bridge between naturally discordant energies. Anuradha can act as a very good coordinator. Anuradha's energy can act as a very good coordinator to bring the secrets of nature as knowledge to others. And Anuradha fosters communication between all the extremes, even between enemies. It can create communication, even between something like young person and an old person. Between them also, Anuradha can create communication. And even between a mature person and an immature person, Anuradha can act as a bridge. To some more evolved persons and to some less evolved persons, in between them also Anuradha can create energy, a beautiful energy. Even between different races, different castes, different psychologies, different mindsets, between any of them, Anuradha can create a very smooth, friendly bridge. It can cooperate with anybody. A very beautiful energy is Anuradha. See, Anuradha can be seen as a universal solvent. Most of Anuradha's tendencies put it outside the orthodox social gambit, but they follow any kind of method to make a connection between rivalries as well. See, this is the reason why it falls in the heart of Scorpio, a sign which questions and grows out of the social sensibilities represented by the sign Libra. It doesn't care about the conditions. Anuradha has no boundaries at all. It's something like they don't take care of, they don't consider the moral values, or they don't consider any kind of conditions and all the stuff. no conditions, no boundaries for Anuradha in order to build a relationship or friendship or anything, right? So, in a way, Anuradha is the nakshatra of the revolutionaries as well, because they don't care about the conventional approaches also in order to solve a problem, in order to establish a beautiful relationship among the people, or to establish a relationship with opposite sex or whatever, you know. They are revolutionaries who rebel against outdated ways of thinking and being as well, right? So they are revolutionaries basically. Anuradha people are revolutionaries as well. So in the present times, if you observe, Anuradha is one of the nakshatras which has the ability to see through the reality behind all the fake media propaganda on social, economic and political levels, or any kind of level. It can be mental level or spiritual level or anything. They try to see the true essence of a thing. And the fact that Anuradha is open to all doesn't mean that it doesn't discriminate. It is able to discriminate, but still it doesn't care. See, evolved Anuradha natives are in fact quite discriminative and cautious as to who they let into their inner circle. But generally speaking, you may find very less highly evolved Anuradha people, and they let everybody to become their friends. But of course, as time progresses, they become very, very vigilant, very, very evolved, and they don't allow everybody as their friends. And in the present day and age, if you observe, where every nakshatra's energy has been utilized for negative ends, Anuradha falls prey to excessive openness and frivolous friendships. So Anuradha people in the present day and age, they have to take care. See, when a person is bad, you understand, you need to teach your mind. If you are an Anuradha native, you need to teach your mind that you should be cautious with so and so person. Right? It doesn't make sense if you're trying to be a good friend of your big enemy, right? If you're trying to be a good friend of your big enemy, what is it? That is Anuradha's bad, you can say. They have to be vigilant in that area. And the logic-oriented approach of this nakshatra we need to talk about. That is also one of the interesting things. So the logic-oriented approach of this particular nakshatra, for the fact that many Anuradha natives are attracted to material sciences like mathematics and physics, and the ability of Anuradha to combine logic, intuition and freedom of thought produces deep thinkers in every field. They're generally deep thinkers. They think very deeply. They try to understand the things root level. And numbers are something which takes Anuradha's fancy like no other thing. That's why Anuradha children, if you observe, children are students of the having Anuradha energy, they like mathematics. And until and unless in the whole horoscope, there's something wrong with some houses, generally Anuradha natives are very, very very much interested in this mathematics and all this stuff. They're fancy, basically. Right? They have strong interest in occult sciences, in mundane astrology, in natal astrology, numerology, statistics, occult sciences. And Anuradha always tries to broaden its horizons in relation to its area of interest. And the more evolved the soul, the more all-encompassing the vision, and the more maturity Anuradha gains, it becomes much more beautiful. And natives with strong influence of Anuradha on their ascendant, they have some passionate energy within them, right? And you can clearly understand the social behavior of Anuradha fluctuates between passivity and exuberance. And Anuradha is something like it combines friendliness with aloofness, and that is Anuradha. Mixing or combining friendliness with aloofness. And Anuradha natives are usually seen making special effort to put people at ease and love to act as a bridge between people or groups and organizations, as we discussed. Anuradha can connect two extremes, as we discussed, right? They have that capacity. And they're very interested in anything to do with the occult and hidden issues in general, because it is the heart of Scorpio. Anuradha is pure Scorpio, right? Very much interested in hidden things, occult sciences and astrology, spiritual things and all the stuff. They are extremely sensitive to an emotional in emotional plane, even though they like to put up a tough exterior. Anuradha is something like water, because Scorpio is watery sign, right? And Anuradha is in the heart of Scorpio, so they are very emotional as well. Anuradha is something like pure water, at times you can say. And it is their ability to keep up solid exteriors which makes them good organizers as well. Anuradha natives are often seen to be the founders. They are the founders and leaders of organizations as well. Great leaders, right? So they have original minds which are kinds of melting pots of knowledge, understanding, and experience. Basically, it's a good nakshatra. Most Anuradha natives channel their emotional energy in the form of devotion to some higher deity, universal energy, or cause, right? So, Anuradha natives are at their most versatile when they have to combine their talents with others. And despite their need for constant interaction, most Anuradha natives have to spend a lot of time alone at one time of their lives or the other. When you talk about Anuradha, the most important thing is we may need to talk about that loneliness, right? That loneliness. They have that loneliness and they have to be alone for at least for some period of time in their life. Very general, on a very general note, you can say, because 60 out of 100 Anuradhas generally have this. They spend, at least a period of time very lonely. So, in the universal scheme of things, if you observe, Anuradha relates to the power of worship. They have the power to worship the universe. They have the power to worship the universal energies, the spiritual energies. They have that emotional heart, friendly heart, cooperating heart with knowledge and wisdom in their brain. Such a beautiful nakshatra. So you can clearly see this particular Anuradha energy, have the ability to explore and understanding both the lower and higher lokas through its devotion or through its worship to universal energies. A very spiritual and pure conscious energy is Anuradha. Anuradha is considered to be a passive nakshatra, and Anuradha is highly passive, just like a seesaw in its stationary balanced position. It's a very spiritual, the spiritual energy. Because of a pure spiritual energy, this Anuradha has become a passive nakshatra basically. See, it usually requires an external agency in the form of co-workers or friends to put it into action. Anuradha doesn't want to, if you don't ask Anuradha to do anything, they just sit and they just be calm also for a long time. They enjoy that. They enjoy loneliness also sometimes. They just keep calm and just enjoy. They don't do anything, right? It may appear that, these people are very lazy, but if the co-workers or friends, if they stimulate and put them into action, yes, they do what? They basically, even though they are sitting alone or doing nothing, they are very knowledgeable. They are very friendly, heartful in nature. You may say what we can do with that heartfulness and this friendliness and with a lot of knowledge and wisdom, until and unless those things are put into action, right? So that's another negative quality. It's very passive, right? Its passive quality often results from Saturn overpowering Mars, because Anuradha is a Saturn nakshatra. A slow and steady and happy approach Saturn follows that overpowers Mars. Mars is the owner of whole Scorpio, but Saturn has more say because Saturn is the nakshatra lord. And its activity results from the Martian and Saturnian energies being in equal balance. As Martian power is also involved, that's why they do some hard work. Of course, in their early ages, they may do some hard work, and later point of time they may feel a bit lethargic or lazy, and they may try to, some people of Anuradha I observed, they try to retire early and just enjoy that seclusion, loneliness, or they're kind of lazy beings. It appears a bit passive, just they enjoy their life doing nothing also, just by worshipping God or chanting mantras, or they're into that. And it belongs to the Shudra caste because of Saturnian impact. So because the Saturnian planet is very much famous for doing these works and all this stuff, so at least at the early age, Anuradha does a kind of a very good hard work. So that's hard work is what it is connecting to that Shudra caste, and Saturn is also connecting to that. So Anuradha is service oriented. They love to help others. So that's servicing, offering service to humanity. They do that, right? So even a leader is nothing but a servant to the to the people. So, and it is a male nakshatra if you observe, and this classification is very much clear because of its association with Mars. And Anuradha represents the masculine force which tries to open up and look through the wheel of nature. And the body parts associated with Anuradha are breast, stomach, bowels, and the womb are the body parts associated with it. So Anuradha people, they generally try to show the breast to show their power, or a stomach, or so this area, the bowels and womb, right? They may check these areas, or they may try to show up these areas, as there actually Anuradha energy lies in this part. That's what in these parts. That's what I want to tell. And it's a Pitta nakshatra, so fiery. You may ask why it is fiery when it is in the watery sign Scorpio. It's all because of its association with Mars. And basically in Ayurveda, Anuradha is a fiery nakshatra. Anuradha relates to all the electrical and astral fires within our body. The astral fires are carried by the three channels, Ida, Pingala and Sushumna. These are the nadis. These are the three channels. These astral fires are carried through these nadis, and the electrical and astral fires in these nadis basically belong to this Anuradha nakshatra, the Pitta or the fiery nakshatra in Ayurveda, right? And the directions associated with Anuradha are primarily to north, south and west. North, south and west. These three are the areas, these three are the energies of Anuradha. So thanks for watching this video. In our upcoming video, we'll try to talk about much more interesting things about Anuradha Nakshatra, the purest, a friendly, cordial, helping others, enlightenment, spirituality, learning, wisdom, knowledge, right? Being very happy even though there are so many problems around, being very, very self-sufficient even though there are some problems around, right? So even treating enemies as their friends, that's a kind of bad thing for Anuradha. That is Anuradha basically. Thanks for watching this video. We'll try to meet in other video. Thank you.